guys, welcome back to our channel. It's just me today. Yes, it's a different type of series that I'm doing. So if you don't know, my name is Stephanie. By short, I go by Step. Me and my husband do YouTube videos together. Our channel is, well, it was Deuce and Step, but we recently changed it to the DNS family because we're trying to start a family. But anyways, so if I'm looking over here, my husband's over here playing the game. So it's just kind of weird recording and he's sitting right there. But let's just jump right into it. So based off the title of this video, you'll know that I am pregnant. Yay, congratulations to me, I know. So what I wanted to do is do like a little series, I guess kind of going like, not necessarily week by week, but maybe like clumping together a few weeks, just going over any symptoms that I'm having or any appointments that I'm going to, just to pretty much document my experience. So what I have here, first things first, is my pregnancy test. So some background on myself, I pretty much have regular cycles. I can expect my cycles like clockwork. They rather come anywhere between day 28 to 30. Yeah, I can expect my cycles to come like that each month. So the day that I was supposed to be expecting my period, I had some light spotting. I actually had light spotting the day before and the day of that my period was supposed to come on. So light spotting, like it was light pink. I had some slight brown discharge as well. So when I knew that my period hadn't come, like once I got off work later that day, I actually went and got some pregnancy tests. To be specific, I did the first response pregnancy test and I ended up taking 3 and all 3 of them came back positive. So I want to see, I actually put dates on them. But yeah, I took 2 on March 16th and then I took another one on March 22nd. I know, I needed to be sure, like see if my HCG levels was rising a week later. But yeah, those are my pregnancy tests. So my husband was actually there when I took the test, because I went and got the test when I left from Walmart when I had got off of work. And I came home and he asked what did I have. I said, hey, you know, my cycle hasn't came on yet, so I'm about to take this pregnancy test. So he was right there in the bathroom with me and I was peeing on the stick. Or if I don't know about some of y'all, I don't really like peeing on the stick. I rather like pee in a cup than dip the stick in it. Like, that's just me. Maybe I'm just weird like that. But anyways, he was right there. We watched it together. I seen the first line come, it was strong, and the second line came, and he was looking like, well, what does this mean? And it's just like, yeah, we're pregnant. So he was a little shocked at first, but yeah, here we are. So anyways, that was back, when was this? March 16th. So that's when I found out. That was the day that my period was supposed to be due. So today is April 12th, I believe. So that's almost a month ago. Now, to me, pregnancy stuff is a little odd because they do it based off of the first day of your last cycle, where they calculate your actual, I guess, conception date. And even though you're not pregnant pretty much for 2 weeks before you conceive. So based off of that, I would be 8 weeks and 1 day pregnant from the apps that I use. And just going into those apps, so I actually have, I seen someone else use this app. It's called What to Expect. So I downloaded that once I found out, and I actually like it. It pretty much goes week by, well, it goes day by day, and each day it gives you like a new tip. Like today's tip is you can start a baby registry or 2. It's not too early to do that. And then each week it also goes into how big is your baby supposed to be, like what can you be expecting, like the growth from your baby to be like developing this week, and different like symptoms. And they also have articles for you to read as well. So I think that that's really interesting, and I always find myself, you know, clicking on the app every day to figure out what the tips are, or just seeing like what type of articles. And they also have like where you can talk to different people, like if you're expecting like in the same month, like technically I'm supposed to be expecting in November. So if you have other mothers that are expecting that month. They have like different group boards where you can all talk, things of that nature. So the other app that I used before this one, it was the pregnancy calendar. So that's what I used to track my cycles and how I knew that my periods, and how I knew that my periods were so regular. Like, I've been tracking my cycles back in college. So I would say 6-7 years I've really been monitoring, when my cycles would come on, when they would go off, and then really the last 4 years just being more mindful of when I'm ovulating, when are my fertile days. So I wasn't necessarily just looking at my ovulation or my fertile days just when we were trying to conceive, as people say. I just kind of always knew like how my body functioned and things of that nature. And so a question might be, were you and your husband trying to have kids? I wouldn't say that we were not trying. It was kind of like, well, if it happens, it happens. We're late 20s. It's, why not? But anyways, moving forward. So let's start with once I found out. So that was based on the calendar. That would be week 4 that you would actually get like a positive pregnancy test. Don't quote me if I'm wrong on some of these facts, just let me know in the comments. But that would be 4 weeks, 1 day that I actually found out I was pregnant. So I actually put some notes in here. And so, like I said, I had a very strong line on my first 2 pregnancy tests. I had slight cramping the day before. Then I also had the light spotting as well. Other than those symptoms for week 4, that full week, I really didn't experience much. Honestly, I just felt normal. It just felt like to me, like, whoa, I'm missing my period. This is odd. But each day, like, TMI, I would go to the bathroom and I'd be like, it's no blood. Okay, this is legit. This is for real. Yeah. So that was week 4. Felt fine. But like everybody was telling me, well, I wouldn't say everybody, because really I only told my parents, my sister, my husband pretty much told his whole family. But yeah, it's kind of like brace yourself. The sickness might be starting soon. So I was like, okay, I'm good. Week 4, going into. You trying to see if it's still recording?
Mm-hmm. It is good.
Okay. So going into week 5, I would say is when the slight nausea was starting. So it wouldn't be like in the morning. They call it morning sickness, but honestly, it can hit you anytime during the day. So I would say before I'm going to bed is when I would feel, okay, feeling a little off right now. But it wasn't nothing like unbearable. Just drink some water, try not to think about it, go to sleep. So that's pretty much how it was week 5. And I had some breast tenderness, had some slight cramping, but other than that, I was good. I was cool. Now going into week 6. Okay, week 6, that was something. So let me go on, pull up my notes. Okay, so week 6 is when things started to change and I honestly started to feel bad every single day. So I put on my notes, I said nausea is beginning to be a constant throughout the day. Appetite comes and goes. One day I'm craving tacos, and the next I can't stand the thought of it. I'm tired all the time. If I don't come home and relax, then get in the bed right after, I'll be even more drained the next day. I have a turn off from sweets, and keep in mind, I love sweets, okay? Like I have a sweet tooth. I like to have a dessert. I wouldn't say after every meal, but I like to have something, some candy, some type of cupcake, something throughout the day. That's why I needed to work out before this, but anyways, it is what it is. So anyways, had to turn off from sweets, trying to drink more water, which causes frequent urination. And then I said that I'm ordering a pregnancy book. So that's actually a book that I have right here. And we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. Then going into week 7, which is last week, because right now I'm currently, like I said, at 8 weeks, 1 day. So week 7, nausea the worst this week, lasts all day. I said I'm fatigued, sleeping all day, and I did leave work early for 2 days. I was feeling so bad, I couldn't make it, and I just felt like I was gonna throw up, and I was tired, so I was really at work for a few hours, and then I left. I started taking vitamin B6. It didn't really help. So I went to my first prenatal appointment. That's pretty much a confirmation of pregnancy appointment. I went to that last week, and my doctor recommended that I start taking vitamin B6 pretty much for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and before bed. And then it was also a nighttime medication that I was recommended to take, but I don't really like getting hooked on medication unless I just have to. If it's that bad, yes, I'll take it. But I felt like, okay, let me just try to weather the storm because I don't want to get hooked onto something. I don't want medication just in my body if it's not just a dire thing. So I tried the vitamin B6. It's like one day it seemed like it would work, the next day it didn't seem like it. So honestly, I haven't done it much after like 4 days. Also at that appointment, well, let me finish this part. Okay. So I said, started taking vitamin B6, didn't really help. Realized I feel worse if I don't eat. Try to keep a snack, preferably fruit, easier to stomach. Food or snacks settle my stomach for a little while. And then I said I had my first prenatal visit. And then I go into that a little bit. So my first prenatal visit, honestly, just looking at other people's pregnancy journeys and what they experience week by week. Of course, everyone is different, but I did expect during the first prenatal visit that I would have an ultrasound done, because that visit I was 7 weeks and about 3 days. So that visit was really just medical and family history being given, just talking about just information for pregnancy. Am I taking my prenatal vitamins? Am I eating right? I can continue to exercise, like different things like that. But the actual ultrasound was scheduled for 2 weeks after that. And they said that they like to do the ultrasound after 8 weeks, like once you're past that. So they know that you have a viable pregnancy. They know that they can get everything on the ultrasound that they need. Any tests that you want initially done, making sure the heartbeat is at the rate that it's supposed to be at, making sure your baby is positioned in the right part of your uterus. So they said that they used to do ultrasounds beforehand, but that they would be missing stuff and patients would have to come back in to get it redone. So they just decided to push it out. So that's fine. It's just be having a little bit of, anxiety. I just want to see it. Just want to see the heartbeat and get past that point. But it's fine. We're praying about it, casting away all fear and anxiety, and everything's gonna be great. So in week 9, so I'm still like a couple of days away from that appointment. It's next week. I'll get my first ultrasound done. All right, so going into the book that I said that I got, which has been very helpful, because like I said, I'm a type of person that likes to Google a lot of things. I like to look at other people's experience. I kind of just want to know what to expect before it's happening, I like to just have a whole bunch of information. So something that I was nervous about was big M word, which is miscarriage. And so they said a lot of miscarriages happen within the first trimester. And so, I want to speak all positivity and have all positive thoughts throughout my pregnancy. I don't want anything to happen to my child and to me or anything. I want everything to be healthy, in the right place, growing correctly. So in order for me to keep myself focused and thinking positive and on the right track, I think it's so important to pray. I think it's so important to have God involved each step of the way in my pregnancy. So other than, listening to sermons and reading the Bible and doing my normal devotionals, I wanted to get something that was specifically dedicated to pregnancy. So this is the book that I got. It's called Praying Through Pregnancy. It's a week by week guide, and it's by Jennifer Palomino and Carolyn Warren. So each week you have, like, she goes over pretty much what's supposed to be happening in your womb, like what type of development is supposed to be happening, different prayers to go over, different questions to answer. Like, for example, let's go to week 4. Week 4, that chapter is called The Beginning of Your Baby's Brain. And she just goes over different stuff that she was experiencing during her 2 pregnancies during week 4, and also the prayer that she has in here for herself and for the readers to pray over yourself, over your baby for that week. It also has scriptures for thought and meditation, and like I said, questions that you answer as well that are specific to you, that you can just keep for keepsake for this pregnancy, or if you're planning on having more children for the next one, that you can go through as well. So I just think this is really important, just keeping me built up in my faith and having this as a guide. So I think this is very useful and important to me. So if you are pregnant, you are expecting, you are a woman of faith, or you're growing in your faith, strong in your faith, whatever, I recommend that you get this book. Okay? So, like I said, I do want to do these. I mean, it's not going to be week by week. It's kind of going to be weeks clumped together, but that is from pretty much my last period, or say when my period was supposed to be due, all the way up until now. So that is week 4 through week 7. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So I guess yeah. Anyways, you do the math. Shut up. But anyways, the next one I'll probably be back for 8, 9, 10. I don't know. I don't even want to put an amount on it. But once I do have my ultrasound and I get my little picture, and yeah, then I'll come back for the next video. But we'll probably have already announced that we are pregnant, because right now we haven't. So once this video is released, it will be a little later, that, yeah. But anyways, people be doing the baby bump thing. So I mean, if you want to see what my bump look like, I mean, I can put it on camera. But to me, I look the same. I do have a little gut in this area, all right? So I would just say the only difference is, well, but you playing the thing. Never mind. But anyways, I would say, because I'm trying to see if you can see me in this. Yeah, I feel like you'll be able to see. But anyways, nothing different to me. I feel like this is just the gut that I already had, which is perfectly fine. I'm beautiful regardless. But yeah, maybe it's just feels a little more firm down here where my ovaries and everything is at. But other than that, it's my regular stomach. Okay, so nothing outwardly changing quite yet. But anyways, if you would like to stick around and know more about my pregnancy journey, or if you would like to go on our channel to watch some of our other videos, we do vlogs, we do pranks. Honestly, we do a whole bunch of different stuff. I want to start even recording my husband cut my hair, because I think it looks great. I think it looks cute. So why not put that out there? But anyways, like, comment, subscribe, hit the ding button. Make sure to follow us on social media. My Instagram is IamStep. My husband is IamDeuce. And yeah, we hope that you stick around and subscribe. Love y'all, DNS family.
Subscribe to stay up to date.
And make sure to follow us on our social media. Instagram at IamDeuce and IamStep. We don't have...
You didn't have to say my Instagram. I can say my Instagram.
Oh my God, you ain't say that.
Well, all right.
And don't forget to hit the ding button.